Alright, episode 7, Dynamite Battle. Sorry this is a bit late of an upload, but let's get started. So, the first shot shows two bats sleeping with the exact same hairstyle as Belle and Ranzo, which is weird. Speaking of Belle and Ranzo, they are practicing. Ranzo wins against Belle. He starts twirling around Basara, just get this nice expressive moment where Basara is like a beanbag. And then it's nice to see these expressive moments because it's definitely something we missed out on. And Super King, he puts his hand on Belle's hair and just kind of like smushes his hair. Puts his sunglasses on like he's the owner and Belle's like the pet or something, which is weird and funny. We get this moment with the butler where he's just outside, calmly trimming the brushes, just enjoying the peace, not hearing Belle and Ranzo scream in pain or whatever. And Valt arrives. Hannah gets kind of bored of watching them practice over and over, so she runs into Valt on the staircase, doesn't notice it at first, and then she's like, do I know you from somewhere? I feel like I know you from somewhere. And then she pulls out her newspaper, and she sees him as the world champion on the front cover, so she kind of freaks out. Valt is intrigued by her personality-ish thing. We get this beautiful, flawless drawing of Valt. It's beautiful, but it's also kind of cringy. It's a very interesting drawing. It's nice. It's nice. And then she starts tearing up, I guess because I don't know. I guess it's just because, like, she realizes who he is. Ranzo outspins Belle, Basara. The butler pops out of an underground trapdoor that they have in their mansion, which is weird because, like, why do they have a trapdoor? He tells them that Valt is here. Belle pulls a prank on them because he gets inside this ginormous bat-looking pink robot and starts charging at them. And then Valt and Hannah are like, what? Because he jumps, like, super high and he lands legit right in front of them. And he just stands there, and Valt is like, this is the day of my dreams. I've dreamed of this moment. And then he just punches the glove because it looks like the glove is like off of like the robot. And then the glove explodes. Valt and Hannah get covered in flour. Hannah is, she's not impressed. She gets angry, starts poking the robot's foot with a stick. Belle gets pretty angry or not angry, just like scared because he knows what's gonna happen, and Hannah, that just encourages her, so she pokes it, and this is what happens. So the robot explodes, and Belle is sent flying 100 feet in the air, in the sky, and I don't think this is actually a picture that I took, but he does have a parachute, fortunately, because if he didn't have a parachute, we might have had a different protagonist for this season. Then the battle is about to start. It's being broadcast around the Raging Bulls. Louie's watching in a couple of Bay arenas. Free is also watching there in BC Seoul, which is very interesting because he's actually going to appear in the battle, or in this. He's actually going to talk with Belle, I think, next episode. Valt and Belle exchange bays. They look at their bays. The battle starts. Valt does rush shoot and just pummels Belial, knocks it into the air multiple times. Belial counters with venture shoot. It doesn't really do much. Valt just kind of deflects it. Then he just like jukes Belial. Belial comes in for a second attempt, but he just like breaks his ankles, just like barely making contact with Belial. He comes around from behind and powers up. I think that the avatar is pretty much the same as Brave Valkyrie. And then Brave Valkyrie's colors are a bit more polished. Like it's a bit lighter of blue. It's the same one as Resonance goes though. And then he knocks Belial into the center. And then he does Brave Sword. His rubber is glowing. And then he obviously just destroys Belial. Yeah, he destroys Belial with a burst finish. So I honestly thought that Belial would kind of win just because plot armor, but that's not the case, which is nice. Next episode, it looks like Belle is going to be using Dynamite Belial and battling Valt, I think, because we see him getting kind of angry, and then we see him kind of getting cocky, And then Valt does Flash Launch, so I assume that next episode is just going to be Valt versus Bell. Maybe Belial wins at the end with some help with Free, because Free looks like he's appearing in this episode. At the end, they show Valt and Belial just speeding around. They look like they're pretty evenly matched, and then Bell is like really sweaty, so I assume this episode is just going to be him battling Valt for fun. Kind of like in how GT, there was that episode where Valt was at the victories and he was just battling them for fun. So yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap this episode up. These episode reviews are going to be in a bit more detail just because I actually now have a VPN, so I can actually watch the entire 12-minute episode, not just the 2-minute ones you see on YouTube. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode. It is definitely my favorite episode in the entire season so far, just because we get to see Valt battle, and there's lots of expressive moments. My favorite scene was definitely when Hannah was poking that stick into the robot and making it explode, but that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Yeah, subscribe if you enjoyed. Have fun. Peace out. And don't forget to keep on blading.